I'm Natalie, and you're watching Abby Stoneworks Bone Splitter Outdoors.
So every year here at Bone Splitter Outdoors, we raffle off a hunt for charity. This year we did it at the Greater Lansing Home Builder Association's Wild Game Dinner that we sponsor. And this year's hunt winner was Steve Thompson.
Well, the last few years, this hunt's been donated by Zach Redmond and Triangle Outfitters of Ohio down in Fallsburg. It's about halfway down just the other side of Columbus. And, you know, Zach's got a great operation. He's got a lot of great properties. He's got a lot of great deer. And it's time to get down there and get to work, see if we can make this happen.
Bow hunters, get ready for archery season and hunt around the world with Techno Hunt, the virtual archery simulator at Shoepec Sporting Goods, Jackson. Techno Hunt is a thrilling, interactive shooting environment that transports you to the farthest corners of the earth to virtually hunt the big game you have been dreaming of. Alter distance, trees, even win for stunning reality. Techno Hunt's all-digital shooting experience is unrivaled game and action. Techno Hunt at Shoepec Sporting Goods, Jackson. Get that up north feel without leaving Lansing at Leo's Outpost on Pennsylvania, Leo's Lodge on Jolly, and Leo's Spirits and Grub in Okemos. With 3 Leo's locations, you're always close to our daily food and drink specials. Enjoy Leo's menu, entertainment, and events.
Deeply rooted in the soil of Michigan, Farm Bureau Insurance has grown into one of Michigan's leading life insurance providers. We provide for families during some of life's best moments and help them recover when the unexpected happens. Farm Bureau Insurance is the best way to safeguard your family so you can enjoy what matters most. Contact your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent today. Farm Bureau Insurance, farmbureauinsurance.com.
Come to Coach's Pub and Grill to enjoy great food, family, and friends. Play DJ trivia and Texas Hold'em during the week. Enjoy live music every Friday night. Find out more at coachespubandgrill.com.
On today's first hunt, let's catch up with Steve Thompson as he heads down to Ohio with Triangle Outfitters. Good luck, Steven.
Well, it's the morning of October 4th. I just picked up our hunt winner, Steve Thompson, and we're heading down to Ohio to meet up with Zach Redmond of Ohio Triangle Outfitters. First stop, though, we got to stop and get some supplies and pick up a license.
There, about 3 inches low at 50.
This is a shot that counts, Dennis. So Steve and I are heading out for the first evening hunt. Let's catch up with the B team and see how they're doing. Here at Bone Splitter Outdoors, we love getting people involved in our hunts. So on this trip, we went to the retirement home and pulled out old Dennis Shumway and brought him along. Good luck, Dennis. All right, while Scott and them are getting set up, let's go check on Steve and see how he's doing.
We're hunting with Ohio Triangle Outfitters. Weather conditions are pretty warm right now. We're hoping this weather breaks tomorrow. Got possibly some real good bucks coming in. First time out of state, looking forward to killing a big one. You know, we're chasing with bows. It's all fair chase, so stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have something to show you.
Steve saw someone on a hunting show doing some rattling, so he decided to try it out. I guess this gives a whole new meaning to tickling the horns.
Well, that first evening was pretty uneventful. We've seen a couple does and this one lone buck. Hopefully we'll have better luck tomorrow.
It's day 2, October 6th. We're hunting with Bone Splitter Outdoors, and we're hunting at Ohio Triangle Outfitters in Licking County, Ohio. The weather dropped about 20 degrees overnight, so we're hoping that gets the bucks moving, and we're going to give it a shot. Stay tuned. We got a buck in the thicket over here. It's hobbling around. It's a big body deer. Not a great rack, but he's limping pretty bad. I think Jerry and I talked about it. And if he comes in, I think we're going to take him out of the herd. It's the right thing to do. He's going to suffer out here and he'll die in the winter anyway. He's a good, big body buck, so I think we're going to take him out of the herd and do the right thing.
In the market for a new countertop? Abbey Stoneworks is Lansing's only full-service natural stone fabricator. They have over 50 full stone slabs in stock, or they can custom order what you need for your project. Call Mike Cusack at Abbey Stoneworks and he will visit your site and give you a free estimate. All cutting, tooling, finishing, and installation will be done by Abbey's highly trained staff, not a third-party installer. In mid-Michigan, call Abbey Stoneworks at 517-322-0880. Abbey Stoneworks.
Brian Elias for 1-800-HANSON's with a President's Day sale that would make George Washington proud. Install one window, we'll install the next one for just $1. That's install one, and the next one is installed for just $1. And all with 0% interest. Plus, make an appointment today and get a free Android tablet, whether you buy from us or buy from our competition. 1-800-HANSON's, keeping down the cost of keeping up your home.
At Leo's Spirits and Grub in Okemos, Leo's Lodge on Jolly Road, and Leo's Outpost on Pennsylvania Avenue. Enjoy up north grub with down south hospitality. Like our perch, pike, fish and chips, sirloin dinner. Wash that down with an ice-cold 34-ounce beer for only $3 every Tuesday at Leo's. Leo! Great food, great drinks, great times. Leo'sLansing.com to learn more.
Dude, bad. Oh, bad. I smoked him, man. Oh, give me some on that. Bad. I buried him. Oh my God.
He was injured or something.
Yeah, so he was limping. He went down quick. I smoked him.
I didn't see where you hit him, but
it looked right on the right in the heart, dude. Oh, no. 20 yards. That's bad, dude. Poof.
Beautiful. You know, it's funny. I'm sitting there, I look up and I call him, and he's got something wrong with his shoulder. You see how he's limping?
Yeah.
I looked over and you were already at full draw.
Well, I had a window right there.
You must have ranged that. Do you know how far it was?
No.
Yeah, until I get awake.
It looked like 20, 25. I shot him.
25.
I shot him with my 25.
Right on the money.
But if he got through there, I didn't have another clear shot, so I had to take him. That was badass, brother.
Buddy, beautiful.
Let's go check him out.
Let's go. Nice job.
All right, we're gonna go look for the arrow right now. I just shot a nice buck. It's the one we were talking about earlier. He's got a busted leg. Jerry and I made the decision to go ahead and take him out of the herd. He wasn't going to get any bigger, but he is a big-bodied buck, and he's got giant beams on him, and I'm very happy. We're going to go find the arrow, and we're going to go find that buck.
I see a horn. Nice job, buddy. Nice job.
See what we got.
Right into the tree.
Look here. He's right there.
He's
burying his nose right here. And he smacked that tree.
Oh, yeah. Fly right into the tree.
Look at here. Look at the body on this deer. That is a big body deer right there.
Nice shot.
Now show him. See the leg? This is why Jerry and I decided to harvest.
Yeah, his leg was really messed up. Let's pull him off that tree, Susie.
He didn't look at that.
Yeah,
he couldn't put any pressure on this leg.
Oh yeah, it's all strong.
I don't think he would have made it through the winter.
His body size.
The hooves are gigantic. His body is huge. He's got to go over 200 pounds.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Okay, I won this hunt through a raffle, and I came down here with Bone Splitter Outdoors to film. Yesterday was our first day hunting. It was warm. It was in the 70s, high or mid 70s most of the day and night. Last night we got a cold front coming in. We decided to come out tonight and give it a shot. It's probably about 50 degrees right now, so we've lost 25 degrees. The deer started to move a little bit. This deer came in, and he was hobbling around, and I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and take him out of the herd. He's got poor genetics. He's a mature deer, and he's also got a busted up leg that he wouldn't have made it through the winter, so I made a decision to take him. He's not the biggest deer, but he's an absolute trophy to me.
Great job, buddy. Yeah, his leg is pretty bad. And you made a beautiful shot.
I did make a beautiful shot.
We were a little worried about his shooting skills, shooting in that nice pink shirt, which we'll show you some video of that.
Absolutely, I look good.
But he made a beautiful shot when it counted.
25 yards,
good
clean
job,
through.
Buddy. Good job.
Thank you, brother. No, I'm feeling great, brother. Feeling real good.
I'm feeling on this long walk.
Yeah, that sucks a little bit, but it's worth it, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Venison in the freezer. Can't beat that. Yes, sir. Steve's feeding everybody.
Well, I'm here with Steve Thompson, winner of our raffle last year. Tonight, Steve made a great shot on a nice buck. A lot of guys probably wouldn't have shot this buck because they had won a hunt, went on their first out-of-state hunt, wanted to shoot something giant. Steve made a great ethical call. This deer had a broken leg. It was an older deer. He thought it probably wouldn't make it through the winter, so he decided if it came in, he was going to shoot it. And it came in, and he made a beautiful shot at 25 yards, and it probably only went 30 yards.
Yeah,
Good
maybe.
job, buddy.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
No problem. You know, the only thing that probably would have made this day better, Steve's a big Michigan fan, and I kept telling him from the tree, I was checking the internet, and oh, they're down 28-10. Then I checked the final, and it was 44-13. So Steve's a little disappointed they lost, but I'll tell him the good news now that I had flip-flopped the scores to the other teams, and they actually won 44-13.
Oh, did they really? Dirty dog.
I had to get you.
Awesome.
I had to get you. But we had a great time hunting with Steve this week. Now Steve's going to get a crash course on being a cameraman. He's going to film me the rest of the week.
I'm okay with that. All right, brother. Thank you. Did they really win?
Yes, they did.
You dirty rock.
So after Steve was tagged out, it was time for me to start hunting. The piece that I hunted on this particular evening, I seen a pretty nice buck that was tempting to shoot. If he'd have probably got down to my end of the field, I probably would have shot him, but I was coming back later in the year during the rut, and I really didn't want to put my tag on that deer. So I asked Scott and one of the other guys in camp, I said, hey, you know, this deer's probably going to come back out in that field. We should hang a stand at the other end, see if he pops back out.
Yeah, so the next night we did that. We decided, my cameraman and I were going to take a couple stands. we've picked a location. Jerry helped us pick a location down at the other end of the field where he had kind of came out that night. And there's one tree out in the CRP and amongst the corn that we thought we could hang and hunt in. It was going to be a tough ordeal. We were going to have to get in really quiet. We were going to be close to his bedding area. If we could pull it off, we might be just close enough to get a real good shot at this deer.
So right at last light, Scott was pretty discouraged because they hadn't seen a deer all night. They were actually taking down the camera. And you know, at last light, when you can just make out a deer with your naked eye, Scott sees a deer and it's right below him, and he puts the binoculars on him, and it's a giant.
Yeah, it was a giant, all right. I mean, we're out of camera light, everything's put away, and when I turned to glass this deer just to find out what it is, I was pretty amazed. I got the bow back up, and I realized, this is probably a 170-inch deer, one of the bigger deer I've seen in a tree stand, but I can't see my pins, and I can't make out the deer very well, so it's pretty obvious we're just going to have to observe this deer and try and figure out how big he is. Maybe we can get back on him later in the year.
So when we got back and we talked to Zach, the next day Zach went and put a trail camera over in that corner. There's a scrape there that's there pretty much every year. And we had left then and had intentions of coming back down in a couple weeks, and we're hoping to hunt this deer. And Zach called me and sent pictures. He had got pictures of this deer 2 days later. The deer was showing up during all hours of the day. So Zach really couldn't wait for us to get back down there because it's not that big of a piece. It's probably an 80-acre piece. And he had one of his good clients that had come down. They got in there and the guy got it done. Deer came in. He made about a 25 to 30-yard shot, and it's all history from there.
Yeah, Big Larry hit the dirt, and boy, is he a giant.
Yeah, 192 inches going in Crockett. Congratulations. Well, Scott and Tim didn't have much luck this week with the bucks, but they did get an arrow off on something.
Got him.
Great job, Steve. It looks like you had a riot at Triangle Outfitters. Now, let's join up with Eddie and see how he's doing.
It's the last evening of the two-day gun season here in Ohio. Zach brought us down here to Triangle Outfitters to get on this 4-year-old 8-pointer that's up there. He's got a short G3, should still go in the mid-40s. Good mature buck that he wants killed, so we hunted there last night and saw 7 different bucks, about 15 does. He didn't show up, so we don't have time to bow hunt. Otherwise, we'd just stick it out the rest of the week, but we have a few appointments that each of us have to get to at home. So tonight's our last crack at this deer. Let's see what happens. It's about 4 o'clock. Right around 3 o'clock, we had a spike and a 4-point come in, start feeding around up here on the hill. And half hour later, we had 2 bucks come busting in on us. They all got together and went down to the bottom of the hill. We're about an hour from prime time, and we expect to start seeing some deer funneling in here pretty quick. It's pretty thick up here on top of this hill, but we can hear somebody chainsawing about 500 yards away, and there's a road not too far away with some cattle. So it's a good little safety zone for these deer. And hopefully we're gonna put this gun to the test, so stick with us.
Deeply rooted in the soil of Michigan, Farm Bureau Insurance has grown into one of Michigan's leading life insurance providers. We provide for families during some of life's best moments and help them recover when the unexpected happens. Farm Bureau Insurance is the best way to safeguard your family so you can enjoy what matters most. Contact your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent today Farm Bureau Insurance. FarmBureauInsurance.com.
In the market for a new countertop? Abbey Stoneworks is Lansing's only full-service natural stone fabricator. They have over 50 full stone slabs in stock, or they can custom order what you need for your project. Call Mike Cusack at Abbey Stoneworks and he will visit your site and give you a free estimate. All cutting, tooling, finishing, and installation will be done by Abbey's highly trained staff, not a third-party installer. In mid-Michigan, call Abbey Stoneworks at 517-322-0880. Abbey Stoneworks. Come to Coach's Pub and Grill to enjoy great food, family, and friends. Play DJ Trivia and Texas Hold'em during the week. Enjoy live music every Friday night. Find out more at coachespubandgrill.com.
Shupex Sporting Goods is Michigan's premier crossbow dealer. Every make and model, beginner to advanced, youth to adult. Over 500 crossbows in stock. With a custom setup from our trained technicians, you'll leave confident, sighted in, ready to hunt. Service, selection, expertise. Shupex, Jackson.
Jerry and I are sitting there watching a few smaller deer, and all of a sudden we start hearing gunshots light up around us. Instantly we think shooter, possibly even that 4.5-year-old 8-pointer that we're up there trying to kill. We figure, if anything, it's at least a good buck, otherwise the locals wouldn't be up there pulling the trigger. So as Jerry and I are getting our things around, trying to get set up, these deer start falling through, and where they're actually coming, it's really thick. Unfortunately, Jerry's on the other side of the tree, and when he's trying to get on the deer, it's kind of hard for him to find which one we're after. But like he always does, he manages to get on it. See how big he is first. There he is. You see the hole where it's going to be?
Come on, that area where that clear shot is.
Yeah.
Come on, that.
He's behind that bigger tree, though. Yeah, to the right of it, yeah. It's thick. I don't know if that bullet will make it through. You can see his face. Here he comes. Ready? I don't know if he's big enough. Yeah. See him? Stop him? I don't know if he's big enough. You see him?
I don't see him. I had the hole there.
I think he hit. I couldn't tell. Watch right here.
Oh, I hear something.
Right here, see?
He's going down, dude. He had to just went down. He had to just went down.
I had to take a shot through the thick stuff. I don't know if it's the buck we were after. I don't think it is. Looked like a good 8-pointer, probably a 3-year-old. We had a shot to the southwest, shot to the west, shot to the north like it was running, and then they come running back through. You know, it was thick for Jerry to get the camera through, thick for me to shoot. I sound like he crashed, but Ohio gun season 2 days. Down. cool buck.
Yeah.
Ohio 2-day gun season comes to an end for Jerry and I. We're sitting in the stand and we heard a gunshot to the southwest, and figured it was the deer we were after just got shot. But that's our tendencies from being back home. Every time you hear a gunshot, you think big buck down. So heard gunshot to the southwest, heard another one straight west, and another one to the north, and then this buck come chasing 2 does back through, and we had it stop and hold up and trying to get the camera on it, trying to see, you know, what exactly it was, and kind of ran out of time and had to make a decision, and we put a good shot on it. Shot him right there behind the shoulder, just wiped him right out. So Triangle Outfitters, you know, Zach Redmond put us on this food plot up here, and there's a big 8-pointer with a short G3 that we were hunting, and last day of the 2-day gun season, and you know, we put the shot on it, and this is what we have.
Well, we're not much for gun hunters, but we do take advantage of it when we get an opportunity. I had a little trouble with the camera that day. That deer came in really fast after being shot at by the neighbors, and I was trying to get the camera on the tree, and I actually got on the doe because I couldn't see the buck in the thicket, but we got on him at the last second, and Eddie made a great shot and didn't go that far. Another great hunt with Triangle Outfitters.
Looks like the guys are really knocking down the bucks at Triangle Outfitters, and another great Ohio buck for Eddie. We hope you enjoyed the show. And remember to like us on Facebook and tell us what you think. See you next week.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show. Be sure to tune in next week as team member Eddie Alex joins up with pro staff member Hunter Reichenbach and his dad Jim, and they head to Saskatchewan to chase black bear with their bows. Bone Splitter Outdoors is proudly brought to you by these fine sponsors. Abbey Stoneworks, Lansing's only full-service natural stone fabricator. Shoepeck Sporting Goods, Jackson, Michigan. Michigan Creative for all your marketing and branding needs. Lancaster Archery Supply. HHA Bow Sights, the nation's #1 movable single pin sight. Gold Tip Carbon Arrows. Bee Stinger Stabilizers. LP Archery Products. Coming soon to bonesplitter.com, our online store where you can purchase all your Bone Splitter gear. And like us on Facebook where you can follow the entire BSO crew.